I don't know if anyone else is picking up on this, but MAGA does not feel Republican. MAGA feels independent. And Donald Trump winning the presidency in 2024 feels like a win for the independent party. And Donald Trump's win in 2024 didn't just feel like a political victory. It feels like a spiritual awakening. It feels like this symbolic turning point in America right now. George Washington was our first independent president. He was the first president, and he also rejected the idea of political parties. And for the first time since George Washington, it felt like the independent party won. Not necessarily by name, like it wasn't technically the independent party, but in spirit, that is what it feels like. Because let's be honest, Trump did not come into the White House on the back of the Republican establishment. He didn't check their boxes. He didn't read their script. Like, he doesn't belong to them. He belongs to us. Donald Trump belongs to the working class, okay? He represents the people who are sick and tired of watching the government literally sell off our future. Trump's win was a rejection of this two-party illusion. In 2024, millions of Americans said, no more, enough. It wasn't about being Republican, and it wasn't about being Democrat. This was about blowing the doors off of a system that told us that we will not win unless we do exactly as they say. The donors didn't want it. The media didn't want it because remember, they told you all the way up into election that things were 50-50 in the polls, and they were not. Even half of the GOP didn't want it, and still it happened. And that right there is what makes this moment feel so historic, because it wasn't just Donald Trump that won. It feels like we all won. The outsiders, the misfits, the ones that never truly felt represented by either party. Like, it finally feels like we won. For the first time in my lifetime, it feels like the presidency was actually given back to the people and not just handed off to another political dynasty. And like I said before, you have to go all the way back to George Washington to find a political leader who stood above the two-party system. George Washington literally warned us against political factions. He said the second that we become obsessed with party power, we lose the soul of our republic. And he was right, and we did lose it for a long time. But now it feels like we are finally getting it back. This is not just a Trump win. This is an American awakening. This is a revolution, and we are not done yet. But for the first time in generations, it truly feels like the system is finally getting shaken up, and not from the inside, but from the outside. And that is the only way that anything real ever changes.